you're back with CardyGolf. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, then I do still implore you to do so, that you might be missing out on something that helps you hugely. Tonight, this video is to help the player that doesn't play all that much, but I think it still could help your regulars too. Hello everyone, you're watching CardyGolf. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a lot like me and you don't have as much time to play golf as you wish you did, and I know that sounds stupid for someone who's on a golf course all day, but that's just the way it is. What do you do in those few days leading up to your golfing event? Whether it's just playing with some mates but you still don't want to let yourself down, whether it's your company golf day and you don't want to make yourself look a wally in front of your boss, whether it's a massive tournament and you just haven't had any time to practice, what do you do in the few days in advance out of pure desperation? Can it be constructive? I think it probably just about can, and I'm going to try and help you. Now, the first thing I would say is this really seems obvious. If your pro is on hand to give you a quick refresher lesson just before your event, then fantastic, because he can do all this for you. But if he isn't, and that's obviously pretty possible, then it's a little bit of a cheat sheet. Okay, so I've got my golf balls. I'm walking over to my bay where I'm going to hit them. First thing I'm going to do is have a pretty serious warm-up, because if I'm the kind of guy that hasn't hit balls in a long time, I'm the kind of guy that needs even more of a warm-up than I ever would if I was playing regularly. Obviously, guys, you all know your body's better than me, but what I prefer to do when I'm warming up is I just start with a few tiny little pitch shots, 30, 40 yards, and just build up very slowly into something a bit more vigorous. Now, once I'm feeling loose, I'm ready to go into more full swings. Maybe start with a 9-iron, something like that. 9-iron, or even a full swing of a pitching wedge. You're ready to start swinging. So once you've hit maybe 8 to 10 shots, you're going to start to get a really fair idea of what the golf ball's doing. You might see it go left, you might see it go right, you might just be not striking it anywhere near the middle of the club face. That may or may not be normal. Whatever it is, you'll have a fair idea in your head where you want to be, what you want to see your golf ball doing, because you know what you're capable of. So now it's time for the cheat sheet, now it's time to do your checks. First thing I do is always check my grip. If I haven't been playing, my comfortable grip is too strong, so I'll start to see the ball go left. So the first thing I do is check my grip, make sure I do all those things that my pro once told me, 2.5 knuckles, the 2 Vs, etc, etc, and I'll hit a few more shots just to see what's going on with that. So that may or may not have straightened things up for you. It may or may not have made you strike the golf ball a little bit better. If it hasn't, there's still things you can check. Posture is always really crucial. Poor posture will almost certainly lead to poor movements. So make sure your posture's good. Now, this is one of those situations where it's helpful if you get that bay at the range with the mirror on it. But if you don't, you might be with a mate, or you might be with someone who can just check it for you. When it comes to posture, all the normal stuff, okay, all the cliche stuff. Legs shoulder length apart, a little bit flexing the knees, nice straight spine, leaning down towards the golf ball. Basically, good posture is your strongest posture. So think to yourself, if someone was about to come and try and rugby tackle you to the ground, how would you stand? And that might just be your strongest posture. Okay, so posture game feeling strong. Still not quite hitting it where I want to hit it. It's time to check you're aiming in the right place. Now, one of the best ways to do this is test yourself. Aim at something and see if you're anywhere near it. And I would try and make it like not what's straight down the line of the map, because obviously range maps do help us cheat a little bit with alignment. So I'm going to pick a flag, it's dark, like I can't see, but just to give you an example, I'm going to pick a flag like I know is over there, I'm going to aim at it, I'm going to see if I'm aiming any good. Just put my club down to check where my feet were aiming. Spot on. Right, so grip, aim, posture, check. And I'm starting to hit it a little bit nicer. Just the general volume of shots I'm hitting. I'm starting to find the middle of the club face a little bit more. And I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident about this very rare game of golf that I'm getting to play. Just the odd one's not coming out quite that well. So last thing on the checklist, we've got to check our tempo. We've got to check our rhythm. Now, you was a bit panicky about tonight and you were desperate to see where the ball was going to go. So it's no wonder we got a little bit fast. And as you all know, I would never, ever, 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 ever tell you to try and take a load of speed off of your downswing, because it's important you hit the ball as far as you can, or nearly, as long as you're still in control and still in balance. But if that backswing gets a little bit too quick, we'll be out of tempo, we'll be out of sync. So I'm just going to slow the backswing down. I might even count to 3 in my head at the top of the backswing, or maybe feel like I have a little pause at the top of my backswing, just to make sure that I'm in perfect rhythm. I feel pretty good now. I feel like I can go out and I can go and play some good stuff. I can not make a fool of myself. I can enjoy my game of golf. All I'm going to really do is sit and finish the rest of my balls up, thinking about those 4 things, going through my checklist, and eventually I'm just going to get into a little rhythm and I'm not going to have to think about anything whatsoever. I think it's helped me, and if you are ever in this situation, then I hope it helps you as well. And guys, just don't forget, if it doesn't, and it doesn't work, and you still don't feel confident, then for God, you're only going out to have some fun anyway. Golf is a hobby, it's for enjoying. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, because that could be a problem anyway. The whole check sheet I've just given you could have been a complete waste of all our time, because actually if you just relax and enjoy yourself, all that good golf will probably come together. And anyway, if it doesn't, you're only out for a bit of fun, and we all have bad games. So guys, enjoy yourself. If tonight's checklist means you can go out and enjoy yourself a little bit more, then great. But if not, just still enjoy yourself, and I'll see you next week. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me at CardyGolf on all other social media, and I'll see you next week.